And we should be live.
Here we are.
Did I win? I think I won. I won.
Yeah, you did win. It was a weird week because, hold on, Chase and Kent won, but me and Cody lost.
Congratulations, Kent.
That's why I got the helmet of shame on.
Oh, nice.
You too.
But
the biggest
someone
thing
else
was
lost too. Someone else lost.
Oh, did AJ lose?
And AJ didn't score a lot of points.
Oh my goodness gracious, he did so poorly.
So did he not make it? I haven't checked.
He didn't make it in the playoffs because of that?
Oh, that's rough.
Because me and AJ will be tied now.
Yeah.
I already led AJ by almost 100, and I scored a lot more than him this week too.
Yeah.
So if AJ loses again and Steven wins, then Steven's in?
No, this decided it, right? That was week,
this was it.
Yeah.
That was week 12. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, it's from our division and Sean, Matthew, and Steven.
Oh, wow. That's so unfortunate, AJ.
With Matthew being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because Matthew's team has really come on strong. He destroyed mine this week.
So AJ could have been in the playoffs if I hadn't beaten him as dominantly as I did. That's what we're all agreeing on?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then him losing to Nathan, who had we'll go through it.
It's a victory mustache.
AJ couldn't be here, but he did send a message, and I will share my screen to show it.
What is it, Woody?
And when you say he couldn't be here, you mean that he could be here. He just decided not to be here.
Yeah. So here was AJ's message.
Why? Why is this happening to me? Why?
So that was AJ's message.
That's such a weird movie, though, that you just sent me. I'm going to be thinking about that all night.
Well,
I was shocked.
That's not how I expected that to go. Yeah, he had a really solid shot at making it. More than likely, he was going to make the playoffs.
I thought I was done. Like that's why I put out that video last night because I'm like, well, might as well go out strong.
Yeah. No, that was your spawn song a little too early there, guy.
Yeah. But
great video, by the way.
Thank you.
Expertly crafted.
Yeah, we weren't live when I said that, but yeah, it was.
Where are you, Kent? Like, why can't we see you? Are you in there? Can you
I don't
see
think
me?
anybody wants to watch me eat.
On the contrary, sir. There's nothing I would enjoy more than watching you eat.
Wow, I did not see that Steven had scored this high this week.
Yes, Steven kicked my ass. It was, I mean,
that would do that to anybody though. That score,
yeah,
160.
One of the highest scores of the year.
Well, having Tyreek Hill go for 44, Will Fuller, who he will not have back. Got to point that out. Will Fuller will not be back. Went for almost 30.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
And then David Montgomery, like that 20-point game.
He's come on strong second half of the season.
Yeah.
I got a 170-point score this week from Tyreek Hill in another league.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm like nowhere close to even being mentioned in the playoffs, so it's okay.
Well, you were, as far as wins, you were there. You just didn't have the score. Your record is the same as Brandon, as Hicks. You might have even passed him this. No, because then you'd be in. We already talked about it last week.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all have the same record.
But yeah.
Well, Kent's bullshit ass rules. Yeah, let's take all the teams from the NFC that are the best and they can play in the Super Bowl. That makes sense, Kent. I want to see the Giants and the Jets in a – are they in the same – I don't fucking know the divisions. You get what I'm
You
going for, though.
Still would be part of the NFC East. This would only hurt you. This would just send AJ instead of Hicks, not you.
No. If the top 2 teams from each division went, then we're good.
Then we would have 2 8-win teams not go.
Yeah, fuck them.
So both teams.
Then it would only hurt the rest of the league, and we would still be the NFC East.
I would be in the playoffs. I could be making magic moves.
The lowest scoring team would have made the playoffs. Just imagine that.
Yeah. I'm trying to, but I can't.
This is what this is your logic, Chase.
Logic. Took that class 3 times.
It's nice to know too. Kent is still on a delay.
You will come in slightly after everybody else.
Oh man.
Sorry to sidetrack everyone.
And speaking of Kent, he got himself another win.
Big W. 3-8.
No Taco award for me this year, boys.
Yeah,
Actually,
so
I think you're actually in it.
You're -5.
You're 4-8 at this point. Just this week still aren't showing up because of that game tonight.
I did the math on that one too, though, Kent, because Dallas won. So then Dallas has more points than you. So you and Harrison are in the Sacco Bowl.
Oh yeah, well, that's fine, but it's not really a bowl at that point. Every time we've given out, and we've never really truly given it out, it's whoever finishes last in regular season. Because the one year that I was awarded the Sacco Bowl, I beat the hell out of the 2 people I played in the playoffs, which was Matthew and somebody else, because they weren't playing anybody. I was still trying even through the playoffs where everybody else who's not in the playoffs gives up. And so that's the thing. Generally, if you're in the Sacco Award, you have been playing people who have been injured all year and playing people on buys all year. When the playoffs hit, it's not like you're suddenly going to turn it around.
Well, I kind of understand that because I was in it last year. So considering I came in dead last year.
Dead last. How'd that feel? Well, what's that? I can't.
Well, it feels a lot better considering I'm actually in the playoffs now, and
0 to hero.
And see, if I wasn't in the playoffs, you would be going to the playoffs.
I'm cool with that.
If it were the old system.
Yeah, the right system.
But yeah,
I don't think that's ever been our system. Our system's always been.
It hasn't. It's always done some fuckery of the standard.
No, I mean, that's ESPN standard is the 2 lead division winners or the 2 lead division players and then the next 2 highest scorers. And that started back before it was our league when me, Monty, and AJ played in Trent's league in Auburn. Yeah, that's just ESPN standard.
I don't have a comment for you because I disagree with everything that you said.
Well, anyway, so with this game, anything stand out? Anything I want to talk about?
No. I mean, I would just give that a good week. If I had that score, if my team did that well, yeah, that's a good one.
I'm really happy that I grabbed Taysom Hill and got to have an awesome game from him as a tight end. The same week that Joe Burrow went down, he gets moved exclusively to quarterback, and I got to start him at quarterback, and he had a pretty good game as a quarterback. It was one of my more fortunate strokes of luck.
Yeah.
And then you got James Robinson, who is basically my Deshaun Watson, where they're on shitty-ass teams, but they actually are fantasy football relevant.
Kent, did you pick him up off the waiver?
I sure did, buddy.
I'm pretty
James
sure I dropped
Robinson
him,
has been the waiver wire steal of 2020. He has been excellent.
I think I dropped him.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the transaction on him. Where is it? No, he just got him straight off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Nobody dropped him. Must have been a different league. Nice.
I mean, he was an undrafted rookie. And Leonard Fournette even said that's why they waived him. He was like, dude, they believe in James Robinson, man. Like, y'all need to watch out for this cat. He's gonna be the lead back there. And everybody thought it was gonna be by committee with Robinson, and I can't remember who else. And then Robinson started running the ball, and no one looked back.
Yeah.
Is there a game on tonight, or did it get postponed?
It was early.
I played this
Yeah.
afternoon. That's what.
Steelers Ravens.
Oh,
Yeah.
It got played this afternoon because they couldn't run over the lighting of the Rockefeller tree in New York, where no one can be present at anyways.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of glad they played it early anyway. Just for myself.
Well, I mean, it gives us some finality with our cast here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was going to happen.
All right, guys, I'm going to try a thing.
You going to try what?
So you might lose me for a second. Am I still there?
Yeah.
You ripping a grab? Yeah, hang on 1 second, everyone.
There it is.
No, I just plugged into my new internet.
Oh, nice. Look at you. You're clear?
Yeah.
Boy,
Is it
yeah.
faster? I feel
It
like
is.
I'm right there with you guys now.
Can you hear me? I'm holding up my finger.
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's still
One.
delayed.
Damn it.
Yeah. That's funny.
That is a
Oh.
huge bummer.
Well,
Of course, if it didn't happen, then we wouldn't know what to do.
yeah.
There would always be just these pauses for no reason.
Children.
All right, guys. Anybody else on this one?
All right.
Hello.
How about
I
now?
don't think so. Well, we don't know until
What?
we speak to you and get a response.
Yeah, it's like a 3 to 4 second delay.
It's even worse.
You might have to like reset it or something, but then we'd definitely lose you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could leave and come back in.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Good.
Of course, I don't. Why didn't he set everything up?
He's definitely going to be delayed when he comes back anyway.
100%. Zero chance of it working.
Why didn't he
Why
set
is it
everything
so
up
much-
first? Like,
I don't know, but why is it so much funnier that Kent is delayed? It wouldn't be as funny. if
Standard
one of our-
Standard Kent.
Yeah, your team had a solid week, except for
Yeah.
Cam Newton. Just
Yeah.
how did they win that game when he played that poorly? I didn't really see much of it.
Same way Auburn won when he played poorly.
I don't really remember them. I don't remember him ever playing poorly at Auburn.
I don't really either.
When he was hurt right before the national championship. Yeah, he had that shoulder injury. And he would just lay that big ass body out there because he was fucking twice the
Yeah.
size of everybody was trying to tackle him.
Yeah,
2 interceptions. Damn.
yeah. They didn't
84
pass-
yards passing.
They didn't pass very much.
You know, that's sad to think about if you look at like his peak when he was at Auburn. The first couple of years when he went to the Super Bowl for the Panthers, like to what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what really. I mean, he just never recovered from all the little injuries
No.
he had.
Well, he's too fucking big.
Yeah,
Yeah, that body, that big of a body taking on that big of hits.
yeah. Well, and
Boy,
he's been in the league a while.
That makes me feel old. So like, nah, he was playing when I
Yeah,
was in college.
Yeah, he's our age.
Speaking of feeling old,
aging out.
I had the game up on my second monitor at work, and I saw DJ Fluker, and I was like, "Man, DJ Fluker's been in the league a long time. It seems like God, that dude is old." And then I looked him up. He's fucking younger than I am. He's 2 years younger than I am.
Yep, that'll happen.
Hey, Kent, can you hear me?
I can hear you right now.
Oh, that was perfect
What's
speed.
this?
That was 2.
He's got it.
You're here. You're here with
We're
us.
on it.
Hey,
Nice. Congratulations, man.
took
It's
11
gonna-
weeks, but I'm here. I'm here with
it's
the
gonna-
fellas.
It's going to lower the comedy level of this
lot.
video.
Yeah.
Everybody
But I'm
just
glad-
staring at that little square with the long hair man.
What's he gonna say now?
Waiting for a response.
Yep. Hey, Kent, what do you think? Oh man.
Oh, we're at my game, Kent.
Yeah.
I won.
Yeah.
Nick
Chase
Chubb
actually
won.
scored
Gibbs.
points. Like,
Yeah, damn, you did good, man. Like,
Just 2 players. 2 players was it. Antonio Gibson and Nick Chubb.
yeah. Because even your defense got -2.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's hard to put it all together in 1 week. But I like watching Gibson. He's killing it right now.
Yeah.
yeah, he's going crazy. Also, it looks like you've got a viable running back moving into the consolation rounds.
Yeah.
Eckler came back alive.
Absolutely. See, I told you it was going to happen.
Mhm.
It just happened a week too late.
That's true.
And there
Maybe a
was
couple
there
weeks.
was 1 week
late.
this season that I did not set my lineup that I probably could have won. I might be making that up. I don't know. I believe there was 1 week this season, so I could be in the playoffs right now. That's my own doing. I didn't want to be in the playoffs. I'd already.
Even though you've said how much you want to be in the playoffs every week.
That was just for entertainment value.
that's the kayfabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Chase,
a lot
how
of other
long
people
have
in
you
this
been rocking
league,
this
you know,
stash?
Huh?
How long have you been rocking just the stash?
About 4 days now. I asked my wife how much she likes it.
I was wondering the same
Not
thing
at
too.
There's not a woman alive who likes a mustache.
Hates it. Hates
It's not,
it.
it's not 1970 anymore.
I figure, why not? Just go for it. The beard will grow back in.
Yeah.
Well, what if it doesn't? It just grows in white trash like Joe Dirt or Kent Lawley.
Especially when you keep doing this. Like, I'm sure she loves that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
What
grow
are you
out
doing,
the,
honey?
Just grow
I'm
out
just
the
thinking,
mustache.
I saw a dude who had a stash all he was real fucking hairy, just like me. Had a stash all the way down and he curled his chest hair around his nipples. That's Halloween next year. That's all day. Kent would look excellent like that.
Yeah, he
He has
was.
no hair from the neck down.
I
Kendall.
I think my next 3 Halloweens are different versions of the Joker. Next year is going to be Heath Ledger's Joker,
Such a
and
big.
then the year after that, Jack Nicholson, and then the year after that, Cesar.
And the year after that, you're gonna turn into a fucking serial killer.
You gonna do Jared Leto and just get ripped and
I am not going to do Jared Leto because I can just barely consider that.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
start
well,
using some meth and you'll be.
That was a completely different character that just shared the same name as the Joker.
Yeah, pretty
What on
much.
Suicide Squad?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
You got to throw a Harley Quinn in there one year, though. Like, in
Yeah, you would
between.
make an excellent Harley Quinn.
I'll do Harley Quinn and we can match.
But it's the Batman animated series Harley Quinn.
All right, so if you'll be Harley Quinn, then I'll either be Batman animated series Joker, which actually is much like either Jack Nicholson or Cesar, but if you want to do the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, I will do Jared Leto's Joker then.
All right, we'll talk about it when it gets closer.
Oh,
Just
wow.
get a wig. I don't think I want
I'll
to
have
dye
to
my
get
hair.
ripped and be shirtless, and then you'll have to wear booty shorts.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
With the fishnets. Oh, man. But yeah, Cam Newton sucks
Yeah.
again.
I wish I could pick up a
And-
quarterback off the waiver.
You had Drew Lock on your bench. I just love the NFL. Like they said, "Oh, can we do the Ravens? Can we do anything for you? Do you need a hot towel? You need something?" And with the Denver, it was like, "Go fuck yourself. You're lucky we're not making you play today, much less tomorrow. We're gonna move your game up early."
I felt bad for that guy trying to play quarterback for him. It was
Yeah.
an interception every other throw.
I mean,
He
you're
had-
going up
he was-
against pro secondaries.
I know, and he hasn't played since like high school at quarterback, and he's just like, here goes.
Yeah,
He started out 1 for 9 with 3 interceptions. It's like, how did you even do that?
I bet he
Throw
was
it to-
proud of that one though.
Yeah.
That one
It was right out of the backfield too. I saw it. It was a guy 4 yards from him. Why didn't they just call plays like that? Why
Yeah.
he threw? I watched a little bit of that game because it was on wherever I was. They were throwing deep balls. The guy's not a quarterback. I don't
Yeah.
know why they did that.
I want to know why the NFL denied their petition for their offensive assistant coach to play quarterback.
That was
If he's going to take up a roster spot, it's not like they're going to have 53 plus him.
Yeah.
Like he would just be one of the 53 and no longer be an assistant coach. Seems
One
like
day
they should be able to put in whoever they'd like as long as it stays in the 53-man roster.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
They let him do the 1 man or 1 day contracts for players that are retiring that want to retire, to their home teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why let them do that and not let that happen? I mean,
It made no sense at all.
well, yeah. They said they didn't want coaches to become players. Well, it's like Bruce Arians is not going to strap up and get out there.
Exactly. Like, where is
I mean,
the danger here?
we
Like,
built
even
a 4-point stance.
look
Yeah.
around the league.
It's not giving anybody an advantage to let their coaches play.
No.
It's still going to take up one of the 53 spots. And then if this person's already transitioned to coaching, they're not good enough to start.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. I thought that was a dick move by the NFL.
What would be the best NFL coaches, head coaches, if they had to go play? I think Sean McVay would probably beast mode somebody.
I think
Yeah.
Sean Daly pretty
Shanahan.
good.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson had a long NFL career. I mean, as a backup.
Tomlin.
I was thinking Tomlin too.
Tomlin?
He just
Tomlin's
he
getting a
has
little long in the tooth, but back in his
he's
prime.
Mm.
he's just still got something there.
I
the
agree.
The Idris Elba factor, just something there. Where it's like he's kind of old, but I feel like he's got something there.
I think John Gruden would be an excellent,
I feel like he's
secondary player because he would just critique the wide receiver and to the point of they just give up. They're just
Yeah.
like, good.
yeah. He'd be a really good shit talker too.
Yeah.
Which
I think Vrabel for Tennessee could probably still suit up and play a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kingsbury.
Kingsbury, yeah, he's not too far removed from playing. Still,
Yeah.
What
under
if
40.
What if in fantasy football you had another roster slot for a coach, and then like based
people
on
do.
offensive efficiency and defense? Okay,
Yeah, that's
that'd
the
be
thing.
cool.
Especially in keeper leagues, coaches and I mean, there's a whole bunch of different formats. Some people fill out 11 starting offensive players, and like offensive line stats are measured somehow, and 11 different. And then you also get to pick whether you do a 3-4 defense or a 4-3 defense, depending on how they're listed and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of
So
intricate
it's not
ways to
just
play.
9 starting spots and 9 bench spots, and that's it. There's actually more options that you could have.
We have 9 starting spots and 7 bench spots.
7 bench spots. I'm sorry. I was just saying an arbitrary number, like example. I wasn't calling any league out in particular.
Oh, is that arbitrary? I didn't feel like it was a shot.
That will never get dropped.
Don't forget. People don't forget.
Like 3rd grade, asshole.
Yeah, dominant performance by the
Dave-
Revolution.
Old Dave Franco.
So all right, let's get to here. What did Trent just give up?
29.1
Hang on one
points.
second. Can we go back to Harrison's team? If somebody tells Harrison what to do this week or to set his lineup this week, he could probably beat Kent.
True.
Yeah, I played him last week, and I thought he definitely had a shot at beating me, but he had two guys on buys starting, so that helped.
Yeah, what do you do?
He still would have lost that particular week, but not by very much.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question here, Kent.
Oh, do we?
Yep. Evening, gents. Full PPR, bench one. Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, or Robert Woods?
If it's PPR, I would go Robert Woods. I mean, this week he had kind of a down week compared to the week before last. But first off, the Niners just have the Rams number. They play them super tight defensively, and I don't know if it's McVay's hang-up or Goff's hang-up or both of them. They don't produce very well against the Niners over the last 2 years, except for 1 out of the 4 games. But they're 0-4 against the Niners. If you go back to Robert Woods' week before this past weekend, I think that's more close. I mean, that was also kind of an anomaly with 10 catches and 170 yards and a touchdown or whatever. But he gets more targets than the other two. I would say Woods is your safer play. Brandon Cooks is your higher ceiling. Well, Brandon Cooks and Deontay Johnson, but I would say Woods is your safer play and doesn't have a much lower ceiling and possibly a higher ceiling.
So I think he just wants to bench one of them.
Yeah, but who should he bench?
So which one should he bench out of those 3?
So not Robert Woods.
So not Robert Woods. Play Robert Woods.
Out of those 3, I don't know. It's tight. I would say Deontay Johnson's slightly less consistent.
Yeah.
But I haven't paid that much attention to Deontay Johnson this year.
I've got he's on my team. He is inconsistent, but I haven't paid attention. Who's the other receiver? It was Deontay Johnson.
Brandon Cooks is also inconsistent.
Yeah, I haven't paid as much attention to Brandon Cooks. I was thinking with you, Kent, like don't bench Robert Woods, and then the other 2, I didn't really know who to pick.
Yeah. Johnson had the team led the team in targets. I mean, it was only 13. So
Well, he had 8 receptions.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of short stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, he had a really good game tonight. Okay. I just know that there's a lot of mouths to feed in Pittsburgh, and Will Fuller just went down for the Texans, so that makes Cooks basically the number 1.
That's what Trey just commented on. Yeah, so definitely bench Deontay Johnson. Process of elimination.
Deontay Johnson is a target hog, I guess, but there's just, I mean, with Juju Smith-Schuster, Claypool, and Johnson, and they've got Washington, plus, yeah, there's that. I mean, there's no one taking any looks off of him, and that's a struggling offense anyways. I mean, that's a tough call, Trey. I might have to go with your gut on that one. Also, look at the matchup. I don't know if you're playing next week.
We can find out. I think.
Who?
Or I guess not.
What are you talking about?
He's
John-
talking about
Washington
finding
this
out
week.
which teams are playing each other next week.
Stop in a player.
So the Texans are playing the Colts. The Colts have a pretty good defense.
Colts have the number 1 fantasy defense in the league this year.
And the Texans haven't really been very consistent.
Yeah, the Texans are wild card. You never know what they're going to do in a game.
Just based on that and not knowing who the Steelers are playing, I actually would go Deontay Johnson over Brandon Cooks if you're still there, Trey. And also, thank you for tuning in.
You would start him.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I would start Deontay Johnson over Cooks. I would bench Cooks and go with Johnson.
He has spoken. The second to last player in our league has spoken.
And it is PPR, so that target hog thing is even bigger.
Yeah, we have a standard, so it's
just standard.
We have to try and think about it differently. Oh, Dang it! I closed down the tab.
I've been wearing
Alright.
the same pair of contacts that are supposed to last a month for like 6 months. So that's why I keep rubbing my eyes. I don't want to pay for new ones. So I
Hey.
drag it out.
Yeah.
I wore contacts for years, and then finally I thought, okay, I'll try the glasses, and then ever since I haven't went back.
Yeah, I have glasses, but
I don't need any kind of corrective. Even wearing fucking safety glasses.
yeah, I would drive my car into a building if I didn't wear contacts.
Thank you, Trey.
He does have solid. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But I can assure you, he does not. He does.
To be fair, though, no one does.
Yeah,
The fantasy.
I do
Go
my
watch.
research. I am just incredibly unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, even those fantasy football shows with the experts, like half of them will go 7-13 in their
Yeah.
weird leagues where they play a bunch of games.
Or like who's that guy on game day? The bear guy?
Yeah.
He's always
yeah.
confident, and then they show his record and it's like under 50%. Like getting
Yeah.
it right.
Well, I mean, it's been all aspects of football this year. If I say zig, you might ought to should zag. I think I've had two good fantasy weeks that also lined up with my picks for the NFL and my picks for college against the spreads, and both of those were like almost undefeated. And then I've been 0-3 in my parlays and 1-2. I mean, based on like just anomalies, just weird shit happening.
Yeah, there's a giant metal object shoved in the desert in Utah. That could.
And now it's in Romania.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, if you
Yeah,
bet on the Seahawks, with the Eagles scoring at the end of the game,
Yep.
it totally screwed those people.
Yep. Missed by hooks, like just the half point down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been rough.
Yeah, Trent had a terrible week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
29 points.
I scrolled past that earlier, but I didn't really look in. Like,
Well, he's
what
got
happened?
all players left to play. He's got the entire starting lineup for the Ravens.
But yeah, Rex Burkhead not doing it. What's wrong with Ezekiel Elliott?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna keep him next year in my keeper league. I don't know if he's worth that. I think I can get a better first rounder.
I mean, the first 5 weeks he was going at it, and never since then. I mean, he had the 117-point game, but after that, it's
Dak Prescott went down.
Yeah, once you become if you are a two-dimensional and you become a one-dimensional team, then they got your number.
I mean, Dak Prescott was having an MVP-like season, and then he went down, and everybody was like, okay, well, we're not scared of Andy Dalton. And it also seems like his teammates don't even respect him or coaches.
Yeah.
And so we're going to load up 8 or 9 in the box and dare you to beat us throwing the ball. And just everybody has just stuffed Zeke since then.
hey, if they would only let DiNucci play, then the DiNucci factor.
Should I keep him next year, or should I take my chances in the?
I mean, you saw what he was doing with the starting quarterback, and that was as good as it. I mean, not as good as it gets, but about as good as you would hope for a number one running back. Might be a little premature to drop him, although even when he has he looks uninspired at least. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. My cat likes his belly rubbed.
That's weird. Most cats don't.
He's a dog. He's a cat dog.
But yeah. I think Julio was out. Of course, they wouldn't have needed him anyway. I mean, they beat him 43-6. So Rex Burkhead with the New England, that's always a gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and T.Y. Hilton on his bench with 14 points. He could
Yeah.
have replaced
Rob
any
Gronkowski
of
on his
receivers.
bench. Jamal Williams on his bench. The Cardinals defense on his wow.
Yeah, he still would have lost, though, I think.
Yeah.
The thing is, he made a lot of smart plays as far as Browns playing Jacksonville over Arizona versus New England. I mean, both are bad offenses, but I mean, Jacksonville's got Will Lutton playing quarterback. I mean, James Robinson's still doing their thing, but and also the Browns' defense is better than the Cardinals' defense. I think T.Y. Hilton has been kind of sidelined with some injury. I don't know that for a fact, but I think he's been a little bit iffy or up and down at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was his breakout game of the year for somebody who generally is one of the top 5 or 10 guys. He just hasn't been there, so there's a reason why he's riding the bench. And Gronk's a little bit more puzzling. Gronk's been getting back to old form here of late.
Do you think he's going to play next year?
I think it depends on whether they make it far into the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Agreed. Also,
I think it looks like they're tapering off.
Bruce Arians and Tom Brady's seemingly fragile relationship.
Do you think Tom Brady's going to play another team before he retires?
It kind of looks like it. It looks like him and Arians do not get along. Arians calls him out publicly,
which is trash.
So it makes me respect Tom Brady more for not going back because he could go back at Bruce Arians a lot, and he doesn't. Yeah. He could say, "Well, I've got."
He's not that kind of guy. I mean, he's going to throw an underinflated football and pretend not to know anything about it. That's just because Daddy Belichick said, not to say anything.
Look, I've got I respect Tom Brady. I don't like him or anything. He's beaten my team in the Super Bowl twice since I've been alive. I got to watch both of them, but I respect that he could dog Arians just as much as Arians dogs him, and he chooses not to. I think that's fairly classy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cheater, but he's classy.
Thing is, though, I think all of them cheat.
Yeah.
It's just like politicians. All of them are assholes and liars.
All college football players get paid.
I'll say all your top recruits in college football and basketball, like they're getting paid.
It is so crazy that people don't just accept it or look like no, they don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the envelopes of cash.
Well, there's a reason why all of your guys, either on Auburn and Tuscaloosa, I've been on both campuses, walk around with big giant chains, have really expensive tattoos. No one ever says a word about the tattoos that they start getting by the time of 19 and
those are $10,000 worth of tattoos.
They all drive around that year model sports car or truck. Could any of us afford any of that shit?
No.
Years old?
No.
I couldn't afford it now.
And then they always talk about well, these people come from poverty. It's and so there's not one of these having,
circles going out. This goes to here.
Yeah, they come from poverty,
wait a minute.
The NCAA is a bunch of socialists. Let's just put it out there. That's what it is.
Oh, man. But yeah, my dad has hated Bruce Arians forever. He still hates Bruce Arians to this day because he was the offensive coordinator at Alabama. They're in the Iron Bowl. All they have to do is run the ball 3 times and run out the clock and punt it. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he throws a screen pass that gets intercepted, and then Auburn goes down the field, kicks a field goal, and wins the game. That was in the 90s, and my dad still hates Bruce Arians to this day.
It happens.
Well, I didn't even know him, obviously, back then. I would have been way too young to know an Alabama offensive coordinator, really much less their head coaches, other than for posterity, just research on Alabama from the 90s. But I respected him as an offensive coordinator. Was it him and Chuck Pagano? And Pagano went down, and Arians had the Colts absolutely going nuts for a little while, and then when he first got to the Cardinal, but apparently he's just a dick to work with.
Not a good leader.
Mm-mm.
Well, and it's pretty. They should have seen that when he had David Johnson as a rookie, and what he was able to do, just with the limited snaps and everything he had, and it took two running backs to get season-ending injuries before he started playing him, and he went off.
Yep.
And it's like
He recruited well while he was there. Also, I think he added Tyrann Mathieu. I think there were 2 or 3 other big names that he brought into the program that are still with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think is it Chandler Jones and
Peterson was Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
So yeah, Honey Badger, Patrick Peterson, and whoever you just said. I don't know. That sounds about right.
See, Patrick Peterson might have been the guy before Bruce, but definitely Tyrann and Chandler Jones, but maybe Patrick as well. I don't know.
Because Patrick Peterson, he played for LSU, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he played at LSU like a year or 2 before Tyrann.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because they were almost back to back.
He's definitely older, but I'm not sure by how much.
Yeah. If only there was some way to find out.
If only we all 4 weren't on something. I could find out. I'm sharing my screen though. If I pull up another tab, this computer might crash.
Yeah, I can't mess with mine.
Too much.
I'm for the first time ever talking with you guys in real time.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
I had a stream on my other channel on Sunday, and I had people on, and my computer was just start freezing. I could hear them; they could hear me, but my screen was frozen.
2011 is when Peterson was drafted.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
I'm just looking at their ages. They're 2 years apart. Patrick Peterson's 2 years older.
That's pretty close. You're right, Chase. But I think Tyrann went to Kansas City first in the draft.
I don't even know how to spell his name.
Or maybe he's with Kansas City now, and he went to.
He's at Kansas City now.
Okay, I knew he went from red team to red team.
I'm talking Honey Badger. All I got's a fucking Honey Badger. I don't know. I spelled.
You got to go to Bean.
He was drafted in 2013.
13.
To the Cardinals. Then he was on Houston for a year, and now he's at Kansas City.
So when was Bruce Arians? When did he start the whatchamacallits?
With the old Cardinals.
He was Cardinals 2013, 2017. So he missed Peterson.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But he got Matthews.
Yeah. Bruce Arians looks like he plays trombone.
Yeah. Let me get my cello case out of the trunk real quick. Hang on.
And has a tuba following
He's
him.
wearing a fedora. Yeah. Can you see it? You can just see the fedora.
No.
That's great.
It's like what character? I'm trying to think. There's a character in a show who has it's Ron Swanson and Parks and Rec. Just has an alter ego who plays in jazz club.
Duke Silver.
Silver.
Yeah.
Silver. Great show. Such an underrated program.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. There are times where I like it better than The Office as far as the or mockumentaries or whatever.
Yeah.
They're both really good in their own ways.
I feel like I can watch Parks and Rec on more than I could The Office, because The Office, like I love The Office, but I've just seen it so fucking much. Like I don't.
Yeah, I didn't ever finish Parks and Rec. I've seen at least 40 or 50 episodes, but I never got all the way through. Never got all the way through.
They just fucking fall over, cut to black.
Yeah, their last season is. Well, they kind of, I guess them and The Office are similar, except for The Office only jumps like a year or something for their end to do their finale, and Parks and Rec jumps 3 years for their season to end. But
Trivia Pro, Kent Lawley knows so much shit about just stuff that absolutely does not matter at all in any way, shape, or form.
absolutely, buddy.
You're my phone friend. You better answer the fucking phone if you ever get a random call at a random time. Pick it up.
I got you.
Oh man. All right. Let's talk about Cody and Matthew's game.
Not a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of ones I talk about.
I had some guys on the bench who I could have played and improved my score. So Jarvis Landry was pretty close, but I probably would have replaced Mostert, because Mostert I put at flex because he was questionable all week.
Mm-hmm.
So Landry, that would have gained me some points. He had a solid game. But
I mean, I feel like Gordon won a great play.
I would say of all the weeks not to play Hines.
Yeah, I played.
You've had
Hines
him all year.
I played him last week and he scored 3. So,
but that one, the one of them was out.
Yeah, he didn't even do that much this week though. 9.5. And then, so Stafford would have been my starter once I found out Lamar Jackson was out, but they didn't announce he was out until after Stafford had played. So I just picked up the guy I could off the waivers. Thielen was out. So I could have added like probably about 20 points if I'd rearranged everything correctly, but it still wouldn't have been close. Matthew's team had a really good game.
Yeah.
Gallman ended up being a good pickup. I picked him up a couple weeks ago and didn't start him last week, but he had a good game. So I started him this week. He's the number one guy at the Giants.
I got him right after Saquon Barkley went down because everyone said that it was going to be him or Devontae Freeman starting. So I went ahead and grabbed them both. And then neither one of them could do shit while they were trying to figure out which one of them to start. And so I dropped both of them. And then Gallman's taken over. I don't even know if Devontae Freeman's alive.
Well, you got plenty of bench spots.
Yeah. Well, Matthew's team is going to be hard to beat, though. Mahomes, Henry, Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, Evan Ingram. His first 3 players beat my whole team.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt is a weaker player, but he's got Mark Ingram too, so he's injured right now. But if he comes back, he's got a high ceiling too.
Let's think. Mark Ingram was going to test out of COVID pretty quick, and then he doesn't have to flex Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He'll be able to flex Mark Ingram. Sean, I guess you draw him in the first round.
No, I'll draw. Yes, I will draw him first round.
It's gonna be tough to beat him.
It's gonna be an uphill battle for you, my friend.
It'll be me and him, and then
Hicks and Steven,
because Steven will be second in our division.
I think Steven's gonna beat Brandon handily. His team has gotten worse the second half.
Hicks' team is going into the playoffs truly stumbling down the stretch.
I think maybe the second half of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if he's close to the bottom end of scoring. But because his first half was so strong, he's still the leading scorer in the league. I bet he's no higher than 3rd or 4th to last in the second half of the season.
Yeah, it's got to be low. I will say this, a little maybe pro tip advice, might be bullshit advice for next year. If you've got a team, or if you think you've got a draft strategy to build a team to make a playoff push next year, the number one running back you want to take off the board is Derrick Henry, because he might not start very quick. Like, he might give you some 7s and 8s, maybe even some 4s and 5s early on, but he is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger as the year goes along, just like he did Alabama, just like he's done every year in the NFL. I mean, although he's got a 25 week 3, but I mean, he's
got an 8 and a 6.8, but every other week he's been a solid guy you want to have on your team.
I mean,
that's about as consistent as it gets.
Yeah.
He is a beast, man. He just does not slow down. I'm gonna knock on some wood. He doesn't get injured. I really appreciate him as a running back. If he's not the best in the league, it's between him and Cook and Aaron Jones right now.
Well, Cook's hurt, right? No, he just went down. He came back up. He got back up.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he went down. He's missed games this year. That's his big thing is he's injury prone. Him and Aaron Jones.
I watched the game for a little bit, Minnesota game, and he went down and he was on the sideline like hobbling around for I don't know. I think a good 2 series, and then he came back in like nothing was wrong.
I'll be right back.
All right, Tim Fort.
Denver.
Yeah, just looking at, I don't know how we let Matthew draft Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Kareem Hunt. I get because everybody thought it was going to be Nick Chubb with Kareem Hunt being the backup. Turns out they're both just starters on the same team.
Mm.
A lot like that year with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram when they were both going ham.
Well, and I mean, Chubb was hurt for 3/4 of the year.
That's true. He did miss a lot of time. But even when they've played together, in the front half or the front few games, and now that Chubb's back, they both put up their numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Hunt's not crazy. 6.2 is not great, but I mean, that's fine for a RB3 flex guy, and he can go higher than that.
Yeah.
Mike Evans has been inconsistent this year because Tampa Bay has a lot of mouths to feed, and either Tampa Bay is winning or they're getting shellacked. And A.J. Brown, the fact that A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf play on the same team in college,
yeah,
that is a real indictment of who is that asshole who's coaching them.
Metcalf.
It wasn't Hugh Freeze, was it?
No. It was Matt Luke.
Oh yeah, the fat guy, the lineman.
Yeah, I think Freeze recruited him. I don't know if Freeze ever got any time with him or not. But from all accounts, Matt Luke's one of the nicest people on the planet, and everybody loved him at media days and stuff. But he had A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf on the same team.
And scored 7 points against Alabama.
Yep.
And that overlap with the who's the guy for them that broke his leg?
Oh, Laquan Treadwell.
Treadwell was on that team too. I think. I know they were around the same. I know they played on the same time.
It would be close.
I remember when Ole Miss beat Alabama that year. What year was that? Like 2014, 2015?
Yeah, there were.
It was a cold fall night.
It was the year Blake Sims was our quarterback.
Yeah, there were 2 years in a row, weren't there?
Yeah.
It was like 14 and 15. It was around that time.
Because then the second year was at Alabama. That was when they had that Chad Kelly, that guy.
Yeah.
And Alabama started Cooper Bateman for some fucking reason. I hate that motherfucker. I still hate that stupid cocksucker to this day. They started him over Jay Coker because Coker didn't look as good the game before. And that was the only game they lost that year.
Yeah, old Cooper was pretty terrible. He was.
God, I hated that guy.
So it was Bo Wallace first and then Chad Kelly?
Yeah, fucking Bo Wallace had the best fucking game of his life. And, also Kenyon Drake broke his leg that game too, or his ankle, something like that.
Yeah. Back to Derrick Henry though. Do y'all know how many fumbles he has this year?
0.
I feel like if he's fumbled the ball, he's just had to look at the defense trying to get it. And then they stopped and been like, no. Here you go. You have it back.
No, we don't want this.
He has 256 carries, 0 fumbles.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
That's ridiculous. I mean, he's a defensive end. Running back.
He just
I don't know,
runs
man.
4 or
If
5.
I was a defensive end, I would be terrified of that man.
Because he's bigger and faster than you.
The thing is, I think I've said it on the podcast. If not, I've definitely said it to at least one or if not all three of y'all on separate occasions. Like, I got to pass him at least every week and usually multiple times during the week on campus. He didn't look that physically imposing. Like, I passed Cam Newton a few times and he was giant.
Man, it was
I mean, he was just a big, imposing looking dude. Henry was pretty nondescript. Now, he also dressed in capri pants and always had scarves and cardigans.
that was
I have a theory that I don't want to discuss on here, but I do
But-
have a theory.
Well, he was also always really nice, and he's also always by himself. And like, if somebody would come up, like, really cordial. But then him in pads, he's oh my goodness, he is an animal.
So he's 6'5" ish. He maybe 6'3.5", whatever height he is. He looks bigger, but he's got kind of a naturally lanky build. He's just built muscle onto it.
Yeah.
Over all
Yeah,
this
that's
time.
the thing. When in his street clothes, he's got broad shoulders, but he slims down so much, and his legs look kind of skinny.
Mhm.
But then in
Just his
normal
build.
pads, like, he looks like nothing but a big toe.
Yeah. Anything else you want to describe about him?
That's all I got.
I'd say,
That's all I got.
you sure you passed him or were you following him?
Look, I was coming down Stadium Way.
You were what?
this way.
Say again now?
Hey, I did not pause before saying coming down Stadium. Fuck you guys.
The very one. standing there. Hey, Derek.
Hey,
You don't know me, but I know you.
swear to God, if I see you again, I'm calling the cops.
Sir, please pull your pants up so your dick is in the dirt and you have defecated yourself.
We all had our fun now.
No, we're still doing it.
Get it together.
Oh,
Inform
man.
about us.
That's funny. I told that story to my spray man, and he really very much enjoyed it.
Oh man. All right. So we got one last game to talk about, and that is this one.
That's the big one.
That should have been an easy win. It was that kind of week.
Yeah.
I would have won this game by .02, which would have pissed Nathan off a lot. That would have been hilarious if I'd beaten 2 people by .02 this year.
No, poor AJ.
Yeah, that's a rough way to go out.
I don't think he had a chance.
Had been in the top 2 or 3, and for a long time, number 1 in league record, like multiple weeks in a row. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm basically just not touching it, just letting it do its own thing. But then his team started to get injured and stuff down the stretch, and he was unwilling to drop some of these players.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We need more bench spots.
Kyler Murray, if he'd scored anywhere near a usual Kyler Murray game, that's an easy win.
Easily. You're
Well,
right.
DeAndre Hopkins. I mean,
Yep.
5.5.
Yeah, and Claypool too. I mean, no one showed up.
Yep. It's just one of those weeks.
I mean, even Henderson scoring more than that most weeks, splitting time with like 17 other running backs. I've had 2 of the other ones this year. That's why I know.
But he would still be in the picture if I had not beaten him. But I did beat him.
Of course, if Nathan was actually playing, I mean, he started 2 players that were out. Because I know Jonathan Taylor didn't play, and I don't think, yeah, he didn't either.
It
Oh,
didn't
wow.
matter.
Really?
Yeah, it was 2 players that were out.
So much worse.
Yeah. Both of their defenses showed up.
Yeah.
15 to 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Detroit obviously put up a real good fight against the Texans.
Yeah.
You glad to be rid of Matt Patricia, Cody?
Yeah, well, I saw this coming before the season started because they traded Slay away, who got dominated by DK Metcalf this week, by the way, at Philadelphia. But when he left, he talked shit about Patricia. He was like, he just yells at us and doesn't make sense, and we don't really respect him. And then people who are still at Detroit were agreeing with him, even though they're still on the team. So I was like, okay, he's not going to be there much longer. If players are comfortable saying that shit, he really is bad and they don't respect him, he'll be out because the players don't like him. So
I'm surprised that he lasted as long as he did, and I'm super surprised Gase is still with the Jets because that's the same shit that's happening over there too.
Yeah,
Like,
the Jets are worse.
They're even worse. Like they're not even.
They haven't won yet.
When have the Jets tried to be good?
They had a quarterback at one point of the name of Joe Namath.
Was that the time?
I really thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say Mark Sanchez.
Well, Mark Sanchez took them to an AFC championship.
Mark Sanchez. I actually watched some people talking about that the other day. Mark Sanchez was playing, and they got Tebow, and they kept putting Tebow in, and it kept kind of undermining Mark Sanchez, and then he started playing worse because he didn't feel like they trusted him. I don't think they were talking about Wentz and Jalen Hurts because that's kind of happening there. They're just putting him in for random plays, and it's not helping anybody.
No, I mean, they should use Jalen Hurts like the Saints were using Taysom Hill.
Yeah, they need to have some kind of strategy. Don't just put him in and run the same plays.
Yeah, let him have special packages and red zone series, not just random ass. Like, okay, well, you'll have second and third down. All right, we didn't get it. Now we have to punt. And then Carson, well, you're still our starter. You'll go run the offense the next 2 series.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do what they're doing.
Mm-mm.
But like you said, their coach is a dipshit, so that's how it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of seems like I can't remember who their OC's name was. I had it before I got on the podcast today. I was literally listening to him on the way home from work. Somebody's like, kind of looks like the Magic with old Doug Peterson left with him.
Yeah.
Hey, he got Nick Foles
That's
to win Super Bowl MVP.
That's true.
He worked literal miracles. Okay.
He really did.
I mean, and he won against a Tom Brady New England team. Like, it's not like it was some random team. It was a Tom Brady New England team.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see these standings here.
I wish it would end so we could so it'd be official.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait till 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, there's gonna be stat corrections and stuff until 9 a.m. Yep.
Yeah, so points 4, right? So AJ's all the way down here.
I don't like it when you do this.
I didn't realize I was in 6th. I moved up a few spots.
Yeah, I mean the 4 people going to the playoffs all outscored AJ, and now all have the same record or better.
Mm-hmm. So how pissed is he? I know you've talked to
him. Honestly, just 2 or 3 text messages because I was at work when that game was going on, and I guess maybe he was too because they started at 2:40 Central Time so that they can light a fucking tree this evening.
Oh, look, honey.
So yeah, I missed the game. I didn't get to see any of it. Then I tried to find it on the radio, couldn't find it. Whatever. And then I had stopped to grab beer on the way in, got back in the car, and before I cranked up, I was like, oh shit, I bet that game's over. Not that I care who won between the Steelers and the Ravens, although kind of neat that the Steelers are undefeated still. We'll see how that goes.
I was surprised how close that one was. Without,
I've always liked the Steel. Yeah, no, super. Like 1914, it should have been a drubbing, but I'm glad that the Ravens made it a game for some pride and whatnot for themselves. Apparently, there was a lot of talk about some of their players boycotting it, considering they were the team with the mass rash of COVID outbreaks.
Go on somewhere.
No, he sent me an article about alcoholics having a much higher rate of cancer. And then his caption was, "You have no shot. You're probably riddled with it." And I said, that wouldn't shock me. I'm not a very fortunate man.
Yeah.
And his reply was, "Neither am I, it appears."
I guess.
Said, yeah, I just saw. Sorry, bud. Sorry for sure.
So he's sad.
So wait. He sending you articles. So am I like the anti AJ? Because all I send you are just dumb, stupid memes that are fucking hilarious. I'll just send him random memes. I won't say any words or anything. Just send them to him. Where AJ sending you articles about alcoholics having cancer or some shit.
When you study today, Pounds, nobody gives a flying.
He wouldn't be the anti-AJ. He just sends, it's a shotgun. Anything that he think I might be even mildly interested in, good or bad. It's just if it's bad, he tries to make a funny caption of it.
Oh, me and Kent can talk about this later.
Yeah, exactly. He also sent me a tweet that says his caption for this one is, "It appears your favorite part of the sequels is in the new book line coming out for Charles Soule." And then this guy's talking about special edition of upcoming Star Wars, The High Republic novel, Light of the Jedi. I don't know if you guys see this, but this is what it's featured around.
Is it an awesome woman who's awesome and everything?
Is that a Valkyrie with a Greyhound?
That those are space horses.
Are those lightsabers?
Yep.
Did he draw that? He's a very talented artist.
Jedi's on space horses.
Space horses.
Yep. And my response to that,
yeah, here they are with the fucking space horses again.
Reality and fan opinion that he thinks that he did a good thing, much like a child that plays with their own shit, unbeknownst to them that others look upon them like they're disgusting little turd monsters.
Yourself and your dicks in the dirt.
Look, I did it, guys. Nah, you're just swinging around a turd, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I heard that book is not going to be very good. I haven't read much of the EU.
How can it not be good, Sean? That's surefire good.
Goodness.
But I've read the Thrawn trilogy and it was pretty good.
Yeah. I've heard that was good. They're including that one in the Mandalorian. Or tying it in here soon. I've only read a couple of chapters, like bonus chapters, like on websites. I haven't read, like started it. I think AJ owns at least one of them, maybe two of them. But yeah, I've heard good things about that.
They're what the sequel should have been.
I definitely haven't heard anything about space horses in it.
Yeah, there was no fucking space horses in it. Hey, Finn, let's go ride around these space horses. Let's let them out. Even though we're going to set them all free, even though they're going to find them and get them right back and torture them even more now.
Yep. We're also going to show kids with the force powers and then never address it ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I can make this broom moves. Oh, man, cool. Young kids with Jedi powers. They're going to definitely answer that later.
Hey, they got an interesting backstory for Rey. Oh, and the second one, oh, you're nothing. And it went from interesting backstory to your parents were nothing to, yeah, you're Palpatine's granddaughter. And the whole prequel and original trilogy does not matter anymore because Palpatine's still alive. So the first 6 movies are just don't even mean anything. Anakin Skywalker. I mean, what the fuck did he really do?
Dead men never die. You know, the whole thing like that. Palpatine is the Force. He is the dark side. He is right. Yeah.
No,
No,
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
I've never thought about that. That does completely undermine the
Yeah.
fact that Anakin was the chosen one. Like you're supposed to bring balance to the Force.
Well, every
About-
time they introduce a new story, they're like, this could be the chosen one they were talking about. They're just going to keep doing that. That's
true.
not. It's not like Star Wars, the first universe for that to happen.
Yeah, well, and it's not like they don't run over themselves, including the OG trilogy where, a brother and sister make out.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
peck.
Roll Tide, baby.
It was, but it was definitely meant sexually.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
hush, you
the
nerf
next
herder.
movie, it's like, oh,
You can't
You
say
know?
that.
I've kind of always known. Wait, what? You've always, but with the trying to make Han joke?
Yeah. I feel like maybe they filmed certain parts first and then they came back to that kiss. And then it still kind of works.
I love you. Fuck off.
I know.
But yeah, it was. If you haven't noticed, I'm not even that big a Star Wars fan. I really am not. But God, those 3 movies are just giant dog shit.
Oh yeah, I'm actually totally neutral on Star Wars. It's never done it for me, but I've seen them all.
I'm a big fan. Big
I'm
fan.
a pretty big.
I'm a
fan.
I'm a big fan of the idea,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah,
think it's.
We would watch.
I don't think they do a very good job of carrying out the story in any of the movies.
We watched.
But I'm in the minority, obviously.
At least once a month. We would do illicit things and just watch like 12 hours of Star Wars. Pretty fun. Good times. Old blue couch.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Only after we took a break from studying.
Yeah.
Would
That
we.
was the other thing we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
If you weren't, volunteering your time for charity.
We were nervous and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, yeah, charity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a loose definition of charity.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. How are we looking for the so we don't know who's going to be playing who other than Kent's going to be playing Harrison. I'll probably be playing Cody. Or will I be playing AJ again?
See,
Oh,
it'll be.
Oh, I hope I play AJ again. He'll probably beat the dog shit out of me, but
I'm not sure how.
Go to the go to playoff. There, projected playoff bracket.
Well, if I do that, it'll be what last week's was.
Yeah, but we can adjust
you
though.
can extrapolate.
Yeah. So Sean losing bumps him from the number 1 seed to the number 4 seed. Bumps AJ out completely. Matthew goes to the number 1 seed, and Steven rolls in to the number 3 seed.
Cody
So-
lost. So that will put AJ in front of Cody. I won. And Nathan lost. Nathan lost, right?
No, Nathan beat AJ.
Nathan beat AJ.
Nathan still only got like 4 or 5 wins though.
Yeah, I think
Nate-
mine and Nathan's
He'll
record-
have 5 wins.
He's got
Oh
5.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be me and AJ playing in the first man out.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll be playing.
It
Nathan.
will be.
That's awesome. Team just come to, oh, you. Really excited to lose. I mean, to
This is my 5th win, right? Like I finished 5-7 this year, or do I finish 4-8?
You will be 4-8. Looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
4-8.
Damn
And
Yeah,
so will
you'll be-
Dallas, but Dallas had more points than you.
Yeah, so he'll be playing Trent. I'll be the next one up against Nathan.
So me, Dallas, and Trent are 4-8. Harrison.
Did he even do
that
anything?
motherfucker has a championship, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah, and he beat me by, if AJ's upset, I don't want to fucking hear it. I got beat by 1 point in the semifinals and could have won the next game and would have won the championship game.
You should have thrown a shoulda in there. So then you could have, shoulda, woulda.
Nice, Chase.
I just thought of it.
But Harrison was the one that beat me that year. And I think that was the year Kent came in last.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Harrison bought me a shirt. It's in my closet. Yeah, I'm the only one with a set. Like I said, that's when, because I was like, I won the 2 playoff games. I didn't finish. And then Harrison and AJ both were like, no. If you finish regular season last, then that's the Sacco, because after that, no one's adjusting their lineups in the playoffs if you don't make it into the playoffs. If you're doing consolation games.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I get the logic behind that. That's fine.
False logic. Because you're still trying, just because they're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I tried every week. I've missed a week or here or there, like gotten busy and forgotten to set a lineup or overslept, shit like that. But I've never given up on a season in fantasy football ever. Yeah. So when I come in dead last, I deserve the Sacco, especially since Harrison's a part of our league, Nathan's a part of our league, Bo was a part of our league for a couple of years, so Pete was a part of our league for a couple of years.
I would say I did the same last year, but if I remember correctly, let me see. Let me check. Yeah, I did. I started Devlin Hodges my last game, so of course, at least I set the lineup and did that. Because a guy I work with, his daughter went to school with him.
That's Michaela, AJ's wife's second cousin.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the guy I work with's wife actually taught him in 3rd grade or something like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he had a couple of moments where he looked all right, but in the end, him and that other cat, what is his name? The one who Myles Garrett almost bashed his face in with his own helmet.
Oh, he pretty much did.
Yeah, that was brutal.
What was that guy's name? He's been everywhere and he's always awful.
Rudolph.
Rudolph, yeah.
I was about to call him Miles Rudolph, and that's not right.
Is it Kyle Rudolph?
Could be Cup. No, that's the tight end for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's a different
Mason
guy.
Rudolph. Yeah. Well,
so, yeah.
You about ready to wrap it up?
Reckon so.
Yeah.
Maybe they said they liked my mustache.
No, we didn't.
That'll show her.
I do.
Yeah.
You should do the next time though. Just do the soul patch.
Thought about it.
Just do the mustache with soul patch.
Well,
Yeah, you got to sit there and do that or that the whole time. Yeah. Just go walk in there, just stare at her, and just go.
Was it something you thought about for a while, or did you like nick yourself somewhere and then just have to shave it all off?
I've been trying to do it for a minute, but Poti got married, and she was like, "Well, just wait until at least till after Poti's wedding." I was like, "Okay, fine." That was like 3 weeks ago, and then a couple of my other buddies up here did it, so that made me want to do it even more. And then they shaved. One of them didn't, and here we are.
Hey, how's Poti doing?
He's excellent, man. He's 3 years sober now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, he got pretty rough, but he's doing great, man.
That's excellent.
He's doing rock solid. He just got married, obviously, because he had a wedding.
That's what I hear.
We're still married after 3 weeks, so it looks like we're ready for the long haul.
Good start.
Good start. Good start. Great girl. But you probably saw her around, Kent. Like we met her freshman year.
Yeah, what was her name?
Lauren Beeson. She was never like out partying with us. Like she was a good girl. So you probably didn't see her.
I don't know, man. That name rings a bell.
Yeah. She hung around for a little bit. Like I say, Poteet he was more worried about slamming beer and bouncing folks out of 17-16.
Yeah, he did that for a while.
Yeah. I think that was part of the issue. But he's good, man. He's doing really well. He sells
either Sean or Cody ever met the man. He super great dude to have as a friend. Terrible dude to have as an enemy.
Oh yeah. We were in Nashville one time, and the bouncers there are like heavy duty, like fucking Roadhouse style bouncers, and this was when David was still like just jacked. And they tried to throw him out one time, and he just took a bouncer and just palmed him up against the wall and says, "No, we're going to stay." And the dude was like, "Okay."
All right.
I met him right after apparently he had shaved off his mohawk.
Yeah.
So he just had nothing but a shaved head, and then he just has one of those really intense faces anyways. Like, I mean, he's
great guy.
We were good. Like, me and him, we were good. I was Chase's friend. Chase was like, "Yeah, it's my buddy Kent." And he was always like, "Hey, yeah, here we go." But then, like, if he did look serious,
dude, good dude. I've known.
That's good, man. I'm glad to hear it. Tell him I said,
"Well, dude,
howdy."
we talked about you at the wedding. Probably about one of those mistakes. Yeah,
I'm sure I know the story.
Yeah. Jake was in the dirt and you defecated yourself.
There's always poop in the story.
Shit poop.
I think Poteet was present for the Sig Ep.
Yeah,
right?
He was there when you kissed that bouncer on the head. Don't worry about it. That's probably why we got in. Poteet was with us.
Oh yeah,
Like, we're good.
Get out of here. I don't want to mess with that guy.
If you have a bald head, like you automatically have respect of your fellow bald shaved head. Like, but not like old man bald. Like I'm talking shaved, like big that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and shiny.
Yeah, he had hair later on. Like, I mean, I've seen him with hair. I'd met him when he was just straight razoring it.
He fucking slashed his eyebrow one time. Did it. He was so fucking hardcore into lifting weights. Jesus Christ. You walk around in these wrestling shoes from where he's at the gym. I just got back from the gym. Traction. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Keep that. Well, gentlemen.
Alrighty. It was a fun one. We talked about a lot of different things tonight. Football, Star Wars.
One of those that really gets away from you.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to do the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think else better on Wednesday night. I'm good with that.
I guess me and Cody and Chase, we'll just we'll pick random from the 4 who we're pulling for between now and next broadcast.
Yeah.
Maybe make some T-shirts. Also try and coordinate so that we all 3 pick anybody that's not Sean.
Yeah, that works. Who's hosting next week? Is it me or you, Kent?
It's Kent.
Okay, yeah. Looks like I might have the internet to do it.
I think you're right, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's awesome. I'm so proud.
Moving on up. All righty, guys. It was a good one. And we'll see you Wednesday.
Later, Gators.
See y'all.
Sounds good.